I'm pretty excited about this video because it really does show you the most important lesson I could ever teach you if you want to have success as a trader. And this is a little different format. I started off and I was planning on doing it as one of my live trade videos. If you're not familiar with their channel, I have an entire playlist of like 400 videos now of me trading, and you see the live commentary as it happens. But after this one was done and I was reflecting on it, I thought, you know what? This is actually such an important topic. There's so many important lessons within this video that I talk about that I really want to try to isolate this and bring more attention to it. So that's what I'm going to do here with the intro, and then we'll go to the normal live trading video. But there's really two things I want you to focus on. So the first is just a little, I guess, disclaimer. If you're looking for, the concept of booyah, oh yeah, that's the great stuff. Oh, that's what I like to see. Right? The stuff that gets you excited, the stuff that gets you all amped up. Yeah. Sorry, that's not going to be in this video, okay? First, that's just not going to happen here. I'm going to give you a dose of reality. The second thing, trust. Don't trust me, okay? Especially if this is like the first video you've ever watched, assume that I'm a scumbag, assume everything, and I want you to find somebody that you do trust, that you do believe to be successful, and I want you to ask them about the concepts and the lessons that I give in the video you're about to see, and then see what they have to say. So I'm not going to say, trust me, that this stuff that you're about to learn is the most important lessons that you could possibly learn as a trader. Don't take my word for it. It could be a random stranger on the internet. So don't trust, but just go ask and verify with people that you do trust and find successful. So with that being said, with these disclosures out of the way, let's get to my desktop and see how these live trading and very, very important concepts and ideas all play out.
Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 8 minutes, and I'm getting very nervous right now. I'm getting nervous because ZM right here, ticker symbol, is starting to come down. And it's not close, but this one can be a fast mover, but 116.50 is what I'm watching very closely, and I would like to see a break below. But like I said, what I don't want to see is have the price actually open up below that level. But if it can open up anywhere above it, just anywhere above it, that's going to be the main level that I'm watching. But like I said, right now, it seems to be creeping down here a little bit, and we still have about 7 minutes before the market opens. So that's what I'm watching right now. That's what I'm really hoping to see, that the price opens up above 116.50. And then I would be interested in shorting the break to the downside of that level. So we'll see what happens with it, but that's the current game plan. And it's potentially going to do it. So what I'm going to do here is just get short 100 shares. I don't really want to take a pre-market trade. I just did, but I'm compensating for that via just doing 100 shares because I think this thing's got some downwards pressure if it wants to go. But also pre-market can always be so sketchy. But like I said, I like this trade quite a bit, and in a sick and twisted way, it'd be nice if it totally backfire on me to just show why pre-market trading can be a little deceiving. But like I said, I realize that's why I am controlling my risk by just going 100 shares. So I'm risking right around, let's see, 117, yeah. Basically $150-ish, because if this breaks up over 118.50, then I would need to get out. So excuse me, right around $200. $200. I thought I'd gotten in at, or I was basing that off of 117. But so that'll be the stop loss. So I'm going to start off with, I think, either a good size trade here, or start off the morning down $200 with a lesson of why it's always a little risky to be trying to trade in pre-market. So the market now opens up here in, let's see, less than 5 minutes. All right, I am just going to take the loss here. $132 up here at 118, showing too much strength. So that's what I get for trying to trade pre-market breakdown. But looking like this thing wants to get up a little bit higher. But who knows, maybe I just got fooled again, which again goes back to the moral of the story. It can be very, very tricky to trade pre-market after hours. But yes, as of right now, down 132. All right, the markets are open. And I'm now in at so all out there, took that scalp because I'm not sure if it wants to break through 116.50, but I was confident that it wanted to get down there at least. So hence covered the trade, and now I'm up And there's the break, but still, that's a very overextended move to even get down there. But like I said, that's why I need to be a little bit more aggressive on the profit taking. But like I said, now I am officially up 128. So more of the story there. Control your losses and then trade what the market gives you. But yeah, as of right now, like I said, if it hadn't started up there, I would have been willing to hold more. But I mean, it had to move all the way down here just before it got to that level, which is why I wanted to cover there, because at that point it was already super overextended at a support level. So I decided to just lock in the gains there. But yeah, that was a very, very quick trade that, like I said, you covered. So I made, what, 200? I can't do the math, but over $200 on it in order to, like I said, cover the loss and then put me back into the green by 128. Interesting candle here on Boeing. Want to see what kind of candle actually forms here. So in there at, nice, and out for, how did I only get $14? The spread must have opened up on me. Okay, well, I did reduce size to 100 because, you know, this is still an overall strong movement. In hindsight, I should have stayed at 500, or should have stayed at 500, but I thought I was getting at least a good $50 out of that. But that's what comes when you play these very quick moving stocks with a big spread. Like I said, I'll have to scroll back and look, but I could have sworn I was going to be pulling out more than $14, but it is what it is at this point. And in hindsight, yeah, I'd like to short 152, but I feel like that's risky because I mean this thing is still in a bullish context with a gap up. So yeah, it seems to be working right now, but I'm not convinced. And Zoom. Missed that one. Missed the 115. Well, on the bright side of things, I guess I feel a little bit better about all this. Well, first off, I'm green, but also this was an alert I made. I know some of you are always wondering, hey, Clay, how does your chat room work? So right here, you can see that this was what I made this morning on it. So Zoom 11650 flush point. So those members that actually paid attention to it and didn't try to trade it pre-market and psych themselves out, they just got themselves, let's see, 116.50 down to basically 114. So yeah, a good, what, $2.50 move. So congratulations to members that took that trade. But as far as those of you that are maybe not members and just wondering how the community works, there's an example of how alerts work. But let's see what else I can find. I think Zoom wants to get back below 115. Seemingly quite a bit of downwards pressure here. But right now, not looking so hot. All right, all out there for a loss. My stop was just slightly above one. My mental stop was at 116.50 and it broke there. So yeah, that was just not enjoyable, and that's a pretty crazy move actually from the candle that had just formally formed. But it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna get long here at 1995 here on BIG. I think it wants to get up above the $20 mark. So let's see what happens here. $19.95 seems to be the actual resistance right there. You would think it would be 20, but so there's 20. Yep, and there's the break. Well, a very poor break. So I tried to get out, but I was only able to get out 100 shares, and now it's going against me. Oh, well. So this is just not a good morning. Another $200 loss. Look at that. Crazy. And it just continues to fall. And an update here on ZM just so you can see how that one's played out. I mean, I feel very good about getting out where I did because that thing's just continued to rip higher. So yes, a morning that is just not playing very politely right now. And this right here is why you honor stop losses. I mean, had I not honored that stop loss, now again, was that loss pleasant? It was not. It was not fun at all. But it would have been, I mean, we're looking at at least another $2,000, if my math is right, $2,000 more. So yeah, right now that loss doesn't look that bad at all. All right, I think BA wants to get back below 155 for now. So let's see if it can indeed break down below 155. So there's the break all out there for $250. So I got back some of the losses, but let's see what else I can find. Quick update here on ZM. The pain would have just kept on getting bigger and bigger. Look at this move go. In fact, I have an order at 122.15 to try to get short here because this move is getting ridiculously overextended at this point. So we'll see if it can work its way up there. It's trying. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead. Whoops, 122.45. So we'll see if it can get up to that area. But as of now, it's looking like it's pulling back. So yeah, even my original plan wouldn't have been filled. So that makes me feel a little bit better. But the moral of the story still stands. Look at that move. Honor your stop losses. Manage risk. That would have been painful. All right, I think ZM wants to get down below 120. A lot of downwards pressure here on it right now. So let's see if we can get movement to the downside. There it is. So all out there. So reduce my loss a little bit more. Got the quick scalp on it. So let's see. Now I'm down 408. Quick update on big. This one, in hindsight, shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know. But that's the voice out. So, oh, Clay, you should have held. You should have held. You should have not honored the stop loss. Because look, it bounced back up. But think about it. Sure, this one worked out. It would have worked out. But what about Zoom? If that voice would have showed up and I would have listened. So just the learning lesson here is, I get it. There's going to be plenty of times where you get stopped out and then you could play the what if game like I'm doing here. Well, what if I would have just broken my rules? I would have been okay. Yeah, but it's amazing how the mind blocks out those times like ZM where when I say the what if I would have been wrong or what if I would have listened to that voice and not honored the stop loss? Well, as you saw with Zoom, that would have been not enjoyable. All right, I apologize for that. Got short on BABA here at 198.44. So looking for a continued breakdown here. So there we go. Can it get through 198.30 though? Hesitating too much, so I'm just going to take my gain and move because we are at a support. Don't want to see a hammer form here and then have me move on out. So I'll take the 46 bucks. Let's see what else is out there. Have an order at 151.51 here. Still a ways away, but this one can move so fast that it might not actually be that far away. Well, now it's actually bouncing up a little bit, so never mind for now. Okay, I actually adjust my order down to 151.15. So can it get down there? Well, it's hesitating. So going to 150.51 now. So we'll see if it can work its way down to that level. And again, it paused. So let's go to 150.01. And you can see the lowest it went was right there at 150.59, so I wouldn't have been filled anyways. But we'll try it again here at 150.01. I'll keep you updated. Have an order at 152.55 here on BA. Just too slow. Need to see more of a jolty movement. So let me change it up to 152.95 now. I'll keep you updated. But I think BA wants to get back down to at least 153, if not even lower than that. So took a very, very quick scalp there. I realize it happened quite quickly, but you can see I got short at 153.28 and then covered right there at 152.58, which, oh great, here come the psychological games. Now I'm down $13. So of course the voice shows up that says, okay, Clay, now you need to make $13 more. Let's go find a trade to force so you can make $13. That voice is knocking on the door, and then it's coupled with the voice of, Clay, this would be an awesome YouTube video. You're posting it. I mean, you hit the record button, therefore you have to post it, but now you have the opportunity to fight all the way back to the green. So now I have, and you only need $13 more. So it's like a tag team match right now. It's the cool YouTube video voice and you only got $13 more voice that have teamed up against me. But wow, that was a fast move to the downside. But I'll take it. All right, it is a little bit past 11 a.m., 90 minutes in, and I'm debating whether or not I should take this trade here of 153. Really a question of, do I believe it can get down through 153? And if not, you know, what's the risk on it? So pretty much, do I want to risk right around $500-ish, or not $500, about $200? Or just pretty much call it a day. So that's the decision I'm currently weighing, and I'll give you my answer soon. And I'm going to go ahead and get short here. And all out there for a quick little scalp, which puts me at 687, which puts me at $70 on the day. Now with commission, I'm probably somewhere right around, I don't know, 30-ish. That's a ballpark estimation, so 30-ish. I'll just go with $30-ish dollars. So there we are, 11:06, 90, is that, yeah, 96 minutes into the day. There we go. And I'm walking away with about $30. But some learning lessons here. Again, thank you for all the feedback in the comment section. In past videos, I've always said, hey, let me know in the comment section, do you like the lessons? And a lot of you have. But let's quickly recap what allowed me to ultimately close green on the day. And let's go back to Zoom. Zoom was just, that not normal, and it was terrible. And in hindsight, let's see, what was this morning? Oh, that's yesterday. So this move right here, actually, let's go back to the 1 minute time frame because that's where it happened at. But that candle there, let me just put it this way. If you don't see the bearishness in that setup, then that's okay. But that would be a sign that you need to work a little bit on your chart vision, because that is a beautiful, beautiful setup from the short side. But just because something is beautiful does not mean that the markets are guaranteed. It doesn't mean that something is for sure going to happen. And here's an example of that right there. Absolutely just punched that pattern in the face, said, there's no guarantees in the market. And had I gotten stubborn, I mean, think about it. I took the loss. That was not, it was not fun at all. But had I not, let's play the what if game. What if I hadn't taken that loss? Look at that move against me. Look at that. Crazy, up almost to 122. That could have been, I don't even remember what the loss was. I think it was, I have no idea. All I know is that could have been quite literally thousands and thousands of dollars lost had I not honored the stop loss in the first place. So that is a what if game I would encourage you to play, because you need to have these in mind. All too often we do this. This is exactly what I used to do. This is what a lot of traders do, who are especially new and just getting started. So let's go to Big, right? Big was that other one that I took that loss on, and they play this game. So we just saw Zoom, and then they say, well, look at that. I bought, wherever did I bought somewhere? I think right there. Yeah, that was a move. Again, a nice little pattern here coming down, working its way back up, looking for the break. Got the break. I sensed the break. Didn't seem that strong. And you saw me try to get out. I actually got out 100 shares. And then it just totally rolled back over and got very nasty. I mean, it went all the way down there. But coming back, had I just not followed the rules, now look at it. I could be sitting here saying, well, geez, look at that. Now it's sitting up here. It got well above $20 mark. And then you just focus on that one. Our minds are weird. They always seem to shove out the ones where it would have really been favorable, such as the ZM, and then they always focus on remember that big trade that you took? You should have, if you would have just broken your risk management rules, then you would have been in the green still, and then somehow you just focus on that. So just remember, play the what if game with those losers, because assuming you're disciplined and getting out at logical spots, then yes, sometimes you're going to be looking at a situation where you're going to say, oh, wow, that could have been great, or that could have been really bad. So the loss, in all actuality, felt great. It feels great right now. Why? Because I'd rather dig out of, I think it was $800. I was down at one point. I'd rather have to dig out of an $800 hole rather than a multiple $1,000 hole, which again, no exaggeration, Zoom had a crazy move had I not gotten out when I did. Insane. Got out, I don't remember, where did I, actually, let me scroll back here. Got out at, so my mental stop was up around 116.50, and obviously it's such a fast move, right? I didn't get out until 116.77, but so 116, so to map that out, let's see, 116.77 ballpark right there. That's where I got out. And then this thing still, I mean, that's from the short side. That's what we call the torture chamber. That is the house of pain. That is your account going bye-bye. See you later, account. You don't want that for your account, okay? I get it. It's not fun to have to admit you're wrong, to have to take a loss, but this exists. These sorts of moves happen. Lots of times, again, yeah, it ends up would roll back over. And you say, I should have been undisciplined. I should have just not honored my stop loss. But all it takes is one of these, just one. And I'm not going to say it's going to, take away your entire account, but I will say it can take out a massive, massive chunk from your account. So if you take away one thing, just one thing from this live trading is please don't take away the fact, that was cool. He came all the way back. No. Focus on how did I give myself the opportunity to come back? I did that by just honoring stop losses and keeping the hole at $800 rather than $3,000 or $3,500 or whatever this loss could have very well been. And those are not exaggerated numbers. I mean, if I got out right there, let's actually quickly do the math. I had 500 shares. So we'll just do it at, call it from 117 to make the math easy. So 117 to 118, that's 500. 18 to 19, that's 1,000. 19 to 20, that's 1,500. That's 2,000, and then this thing ultimately, went up basically to 22. So I mean, potential $2,000 hole right there. So like I said, don't focus on, he fought back. Focus on how was I able to fight back? How did I give myself a chance to fight back? And that was by honoring losses, admitting I was wrong, and just taking the loss and living to fight another day. And in this case, just keeping the hole manageable so that I could dig out of it. Wow, that lesson went a little bit longer. Can you tell the importance of risk management though? I get it, social media, all everybody focuses on is counting their cash, while they sit on the hood of their Porsche or whatever, and then their private jets in the background, and they're drinking a bottle of Cristal. That stuff's a gimmick, okay? This is the real world of trading right here. You're going to be wrong. Just admit the fact you're wrong, take the loss, and give yourself a chance to fight and dig out of holes that you're going to find yourself in every now and then. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and also in the comment, let's do this because I'm curious who actually made it to the end of this video. I mean, we're coming up on almost 24 minutes. So if you're still watching right now, just comment down below, keep the hole small. Keep the hole small. Comment that down below. I'm curious how many people actually make it this far. But if you did make it this far, then at this point, can you just hit that subscribe button too? I mean, I guess you can check out the rest of the channel. Lots of other live trade videos, lots of other topics. But I mean, if you're here with me for this long, I mean, I'd love to have you part of the channel if you put up with me for almost 25 minutes. So hit that subscribe button. Again, now you don't have to, if you have questions or anything else, leave those in the comment section below. But I said, keep the hole small. Comment that down below. Thank you for hanging out. And yeah, feels good to have taken that loss. And now, like I said, I'm up $30. So I got to get going because I'm about to go Lamborghini shopping. Everybody take care.
First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.